My 10-year-old daughter called 911 during her own birthday party, and I've never been so humiliated. The officers arrived while we were singing Happy Birthday. 2 uniformed police and a woman in plain clothes carrying a badge and clipboard walked straight through our backyard gate, while my daughter Lily sat at the head of the picnic table with her hands folded in her lap, waiting. The singing stopped mid-verse. 17 children and their parents froze with cake forks halfway to their mouths. My wife Natalie dropped the camera she'd been using to record the moment. The female officer, whose badge read Detective Walsh, walked directly to Lily and knelt beside her chair. "You're the one who called?" Lily nodded once, then pointed at me. "That's my dad. He needs to be arrested." My hands went numb. The backyard spun. Every parent stared at me with identical expressions of horror and disgust. Mrs. Pemberton grabbed her twins and started backing toward the gate. Mr. Liu pulled out his phone and started recording. I opened my mouth to explain, to defend myself, to say anything that would make sense of what was happening, but nothing came out except a strangled sound that made me look even more guilty. Detective Walsh asked everyone except immediate family to leave, which triggered a mass exodus that felt like being abandoned during a house fire. Parents grabbed their children and ran, leaving behind wrapped presents and half-eaten cake. Within 90 seconds, our backyard went from celebration to crime scene. Lily's best friend Sophie was physically carried away by her mother, who shot me a look that could have stripped paint. The bounce house rental company guy unplugged his equipment and left without asking for payment. Natalie stood frozen by the cake table, her face completely white. Our son River, who was 6, started crying and asking why everyone was leaving his sister's party. Detective Walsh's partner, Officer Brennan, positioned himself between me and Lily like I might lunge for her. I raised my hands slowly, trying to show I wasn't a threat, but the gesture made me look like I was surrendering, which maybe I was. Lily sat perfectly still in her birthday crown, watching me with an expression I'd never seen before. Not scared, not angry, just cold and determined. Detective Walsh asked Lily to explain why she'd called 911 from her mother's phone during her own birthday party, and Lily reached under the picnic table where she'd apparently stashed a backpack we hadn't noticed. She pulled out a purple folder labeled Evidence in her careful handwriting. Inside were papers, photos, and what looked like printed screenshots. She laid them out on the table one by one like she'd practiced this presentation. "My dad has been stealing from my college fund for 8 months, she said clearly. "He's gambling online every night. I have bank statements showing he took $23,000. Detective Walsh picked up the first document. It was indeed a bank statement with my name on it, showing transfers from an education savings account to my checking account. Natalie made a sound like she'd been punched. I started to speak, but Walsh held up her hand. Lily continued, "He told me and River that we'd have money for college, but he's been lying. I checked the account using Mom's computer when she thought I was doing homework. The balance is almost zero now." The next item Lily presented was a printed screenshot showing my laptop screen open to an online poker site. She'd somehow captured it with timestamps showing 2:17 a.m. from last Monday. I remembered that night. I'd been sure I could win back what I'd lost.